Class 7th Icse, welcome to the Wisdom 360 live session. Today we will be continuing the chapter, that is chapter 4, Classification of Animals. In this chapter we have already covered the topics named as vertebrates and invertebrates. These organisms are divided on the basis of presence and absence of the notochord or the vertebral column, which is also known as backbone. The invertebrates are animals without a vertebral column or backbone, in which we started from the phylum, that is Porifera, Coelenterata or Cnidaria, phylum Platyhelminthes. This is the phylum from where the worms start. Phylum Nematoda or Eschyhelminthes, that are the roundworms. Phylum Annelida and phylum Arthropoda. Today we will be discussing about the Phylum Mollusca, which are the soft-bodied shelled animals, and also we will be discussing about the last invertebrate phylum, that is Echinodermata. So amongst the 9 phylums of the kingdom Animalia, we are discussing our 7th phylum, that is Phylum Mollusca. This phylum includes the animals with a soft-bodied shell. Soft-bodied means their body is very delicate, and shelled means they have a shell over their bodies. So these are the animals having soft body and shells over them. Their body is unsegmented. Unsegmented means they have no segments over their bodies. Unsegmented with an outer hard shell. Example you can take of a snail. Snail belongs to the phylum Mollusca, who have an external coiled shell. External coiled means शंख के आकार का coiled shell. Others may have two shells that are attached on one side, for example oysters and clams. Some other mollusks such as octopus do not have shell. Squid and cuttlefish, these have a shell inside their body and have 4 pair of arms or limbs. These animals have a muscular foot for locomotion, that is the movement of entire body, and also for acting as a weapon. Octopus is also known as devilfish. Cuttlefish is also known as sepia. You must have seen these type of animals during the rainy season. This is the chapter 4, classification of animals. We have done our 6 phylums of the invertebrates, and now we are discussing about the 7th phylum, that is Mollusca. The last phylum, which belongs to the invertebrates, that is the animals without the backbone, is the Phylum Echinodermata. So let us, octopus is also called devilfish, yes. Cuttlefish is called sepia. Octopus is called as devilfish because it looks like a devil having 4 pairs of legs. And one special point is like octopus can go through a hole which is almost of its own eye size. ऑक्टोपस की आई जिस होल से निकल सकती है उसकी पूरी बॉडी उस होल के थ्रू दूसरी तरफ जा सकती है. It's so slimy and so flexible, so soft bodied that it can pass through any hole which is equal to its own eye size. Now the phylum Echinodermata, these are the points which may be asked in your exams or test. That phylum Mollusca are also called as soft bodied shelled animals. Their body is segmented or unsegmented. Their body is unsegmented. Are they having any outer hard shell? Yes, they are having hard shell. Some of the mollusks have the shell inside their bodies, like octopus, squid, cuttlefish, slug, etc. Now let us discuss our last phylum of the invertebrate, that is Echinodermata. This phylum includes the spiny skinned animals. Spiny skinned animals. This means that these animals have spines over their bodies, like starfish. Echino means spines, derma means skin. That's why they are called as spiny skinned animals. Example हो गया आपका starfish. इसके अलावा brittle star. इसके अलावा you have the sea urchins and sea cucumber. All the animals included in this phylum have unsegmented body. That means they have no segments over their body. They have no head and the body is having 5 radial arms or limbs with sharp spines all over the body. For example, if it's like the starfish, 5 radial symmetry means the body can be divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arms. They have a mouth on the lower side and anus. This is the organ for excretion on the upper side. They move with the help of tube-like feet. Each foot, that is each foot has suckers at the end, and these suckers are used to capture food, or you can say these are the prey. Prey matlab shikar. Okay, so this is the last phylum of the invertebrates. Now we'll be discussing about the phylum Chordata or phylum Vertebrata. The vertebrate classes, you have to keep in mind about this phylum that these are the animals with backbone or notochord or nerve cord, which is also called as vertebral column. Okay, so I'm telling you one formula to keep all the classes of the vertebrates in mind, that is PARAM, param. These are the classes for the vertebrates. P for Pisces, A for Amphibia, R for Reptile, then again A for Aves, and M for Mammals, mammal or mammalia. And what do the classes carry? Pisces includes fishes, amphibia like frogs, those who can live on land as well as in water, reptile like lizards or snakes, aves include birds, and mammalia are hairy quadrupeds. Hairy quadrupeds means those who are having hair on their bodies and have 4 limbs. So I hope you get this formula, that is param, and the 5 classes which are Pisces, amphibia, reptile, aves and mammalia. These animals are having notochord or backbone in their bodies. All the vertebrates have a well developed closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system means they are having heart in their body, in which the blood travels inside the blood vessels to all the parts of the body. The nervous system of the vertebrates is highly developed as compared to the invertebrates. So, you can consider the vertebrates more complex than the invertebrates. So, let us discuss their characteristics individually. Firstly, we are taking about the Pisces. Pisces are aquatic animals and have the following characteristics. Firstly, they have streamlined body. That means their body is narrow in front and rear at ends, means like this. Okay, this is the front, this is narrow, and rear at the end. Such body offers very little resistance to water while swimming. Fishes are cold-blooded. That means they cannot change their body temperature with the change in environment. So you can write, they cannot change their temperature, their body temperature with the change in environment. That's why they are called as cold-blooded. Their body is smooth and slimy. They have special breathing organs called gills. Which help to respire inside the water. And they take oxygen from the water itself, which is in dissolved form. H2O, that is water, has oxygen in it in the dissolved form. And one more important characteristic is they have heart which is two-chambered. As you all know, we have a four-chambered heart, but the Pisces or the fishes have two-chambered heart. Examples like seahorse, shark, any fish like ray fish, carp, eel, rohu, etc. Okay, so this is the first class of the vertebrates. Now we will be taking about the next class, that is class Amphibia. Like frogs and toads. These are the animals living on land and in water. Amphi means both kinds and bios means life. Both kind means land and water both. The class Amphibia have the amphibians evolved from fish. So, first characteristic is
the amphibians have evolved means changed from simple to complex, evolved from fishes. That's why they can live both on land as well as in water. The amphibians are cold-blooded. Again, they cannot change their temperature according to the surroundings. Cold-blooded, and they have thin, moist skin which may be smooth or rough. They have two pairs of limbs, forelimb and hind limb. Two pairs of limbs, and they breathe with the lungs on land and gills they breathe through lungs on the land and through their moist skin. In water. The early frogs means the eggs, when they hatch, the larva comes, and the early aged frogs have gills for respiration underwater, and they are having a heart which is two-chambered again, like the fishes. The amphibians lay their eggs in water. Lay their eggs in water for reproduction. Okay, for food and other activities, they come on land, but for reproduction, they go inside the water. That's why they are having both the kinds of habitat, that is land and water as well. Okay, so these are the important characteristics of class Amphibia. The animals are called as the amphibians, like I have written here, amphibians, the animals which can live both on land as well as on water. Example, frogs and toads. Other examples of the amphibians are salamander and they have limbs for locomotion and fins for swimming inside the water. Now let us discuss the third class, that is class Reptilia.
Okay, now is it okay? Are you able to hear me now? Now let us take the next class, that is Reptilia. I hope this was easy. Class Pisces, second one Amphibia, now third one, that is Reptilia. All the characteristics are important for the short type answers, like it may be coming for one or two marks. You must be knowing about the class test and all. Examples can be asked for odd one out and fill in the blank type questions, and also for match the columns. Now the third class, that is class Reptilia. This class contains the crawling animals, रेंगने वाले. Whether it may be a house lizard or a snake, they all crawl. And the word reptilis is a Greek word, reptilis, which means creeping or crawling. Animals belonging to this class are more adaptive to land than amphibians. Reptiles have the following characteristics. Firstly, again, these animals are cold-blooded, so they cannot change their body temperature with the environment. They have dry skin covered with scales. With two pairs of limbs, again, forelimb and hind limb. They breathe through lungs. Next, heart is three-chambered. Except one, that is crocodile. This particular animal, this particular reptile has four-chambered heart. And all the reptiles lay eggs inside the water that have leathery waterproof shells. Examples like turtles, tortoise, alligators, and crocodiles. See, I'm repeating it once again in short. Till now we have discussed three classes. First one, that is class 5, Pisces. Pisces belongs to the fishes which are cold-blooded, aquatic, slimy, scaly skin, breathe through gills, and they have two-chambered heart. Fertilization or reproduction is external. They lay eggs inside the water and they have locomotory organs like fins. Class Amphibia belongs to the cold-blooded animals who can live on land as well as in water. Again, they are having two-chambered hearts. Amphibia is having two pairs of limbs and three-chambered heart. External fertilization occurs. They lay eggs inside the water. Example, frog. Next class, that is Reptilia, is cold-blooded, crawling or creeping animal, have dry skin covered with scales. Two pairs of limbs are present in these animals, or these are also called as the reptilians. They have lungs for breathing and three-chambered heart except crocodile. Crocodile is a reptilia having four-chambered heart. They lay eggs that have leathery waterproof shells. Examples, turtles, tortoise, alligators and crocodiles. So I hope this much is sufficient for today. We have studied two phylums belonging to the invertebrates, that is phylum number 7 Mollusca and phylum 8, that is Echinodermata. Along with this, we started about the vertebrates or the animals having a notochord or backbone. We have studied about the 5 classes, that is Param. We have completed 3 classes. In the next class, we will be discussing about the remaining 2, that is class Aves and class Mammalia. Till now, this much is sufficient for you. Repeat it and then be prepared for the questions. I hope this much is clear to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. We'll be soon in touch in the next class. Till then, stay blessed. Thank you.